So we're going to start in Sukhasana, easy pose, cross-legged if that's comfortable for you. I have a little pillow under my tush to lift me up a bit. That's a little more comfortable for my spine, especially early in the morning. So just take a moment to get nice and comfortable, nice and tall. You might like to scoot a little bit of the flesh out from under your sit bones to be more connected there. And think about really pressing your sit bones into the floor. This really supports the spine, the low back. We'll roll the shoulders a few times. Just follow your own breath. Inhaling as shoulders come up and back. Exhaling as your shoulder blades slide down. Begin to breathe a little more slowly, a little more deeply as you take these soft movements in the shoulders. Close your eyes if you can. It doesn't need to look like what I'm doing. Just find some rolls in the shoulders. Nice deep breaths. Go nice and slow so you can get into those nooks and crannies. My shoulders are extra crunchy in the morning. And whenever you're ready, you can switch directions. Taking shoulders back and up and then forward. Maintain a nice tall spine. Support everything with a little bit of engagement in the core. Just a few more breaths here, rolling the shoulders. And as you're ready, come to stillness. Get nice and tall. Maybe roll your shoulders one more time. Make sure your heart is lifted. Shoulders are kind of pulling away from the chest. But you don't have to force it. Just kind of energetically encourage that. A lift of the heart. Belly button in to support the spine. Chin slightly tucked. So you're getting a long line all the way from your tailbone to the top of your head. Notice if you're leaning forward or back and try to come more neutral. And we'll inhale, reach your hands up. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Reach nice and high with the hands. Lift out of your hips as well. Get a stretch in your side body, front body, back body. Maybe find a little bit of movement here. One more inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist towards your left. Right hand coming to the left knee, left hand behind your back. Just a nice gentle twist. We'll take a few breaths here. Every inhale you can get a bit taller in the spine. Every exhale, twist a little bit more to the left. Nice and gentle this morning. One more inhale to get taller. One more exhale to twist a bit more. Next inhale, unravel. Take a minute to reset. And again, inhale, sweep your hands up. Shoulders away from your ears, but hands as high as they can go. Chin tuck, nice long neck. And want to come out of the hips a little bit, stretching the side body, front body, back body. A little bit of engagement in the core. Inhale, reach up a little bit more. Spread your fingers wide. And then exhale, twist to the right. Now left hand coming to the right knee. Right hand coming close to your tailbone behind you on the floor of the pillow. Look over your shoulder. Every inhale, you can push your right hand into the floor to get a bit taller. And every exhale, twist a little bit more. One more full breath here. Next inhale, unravel. Yes. And now you can choose to keep your hands on your knees or walk your hands forward. But first we're going to inhale, get really tall through the spine, and then exhale, hinge forward. See what's better for you, hands on the floor, hands on your knees. We don't have to go too deep yet. Think about stretching from your butt all the way to the top of your head. Keep reaching your hips down towards the floor. Maybe your hands are ready to slide forward. Side to side movement can feel good. Good morning, Jen. Walk both hands to one side. If you're on your shoulder, you can just, on your knees, you can just like lean to one side. Stretching the left side of the neck. Keep pushing into your left hip towards the floor to get a big stretch that whole side of your body. And as you're ready, inhale through center and exhale to the other side. Now stretching the right side of the body. Inhale to center. One more little stretch in the middle. And next inhale, begin to walk your hands towards your knees. Come all the way tall. Yes. Take any little movements you need, shake it out. And we'll come over to hands and knees, tabletop position. So knees right under your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide, grip the mat with all 10 fingertips, the floor. Toes can be tucked into the mat or press the top of your foot into the mat. Whatever feels better for you. Stay connected with the mat and your feet. Take a few little cat-cows here. Inhaling, belly down, tailbone up, look forward. Again, lifting your heart in front of your shoulders. Take a couple breaths here, letting the belly really drop. Getting into the hips, maybe with some movement. One more inhale here, open the chest more. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Push all the air out. Really arching the spine, side to side movement if that feels good. Getting into the shoulder blades. Inhale, drop the belly, look forward, cow pose. Exhale, tuck, round, cat pose. And take a few more with your own breath. Close your eyes if you can. Really deep breaths all the way into the belly. The deepest you can breathe. Take one more full round. Really get in there. Any little movements you need. And then when you're satisfied, we'll come to a neutral spine. So nice flat back. Notice if your butt has gone back behind your knees and try to bring it in line with your knees. Hands right in line with your shoulders. Tuck your chin a bit. So there's just one line from your butt to the top of your head. And then we're just going to slide the right toes back. So toes are tucked into the mat. And then walk and hinge forward and back. Really stretching into that right leg. So here my right toes are in the mat. I'm rocking forward and back. Keep your core engaged here, protecting the whole body. Okay, from here, we're just going to sweep the right foot out to the right. So it's in line with your left knee, both your hips here. Right hand goes right under your face. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, left hand comes up for a quick twist. I can't go very far personally, so just lift up a little bit, whatever you can do. And then thread your left arm under the right. So left shoulder, left ear come to the mat. A few options with your right hand. You can press your right hand into the mat, get a little deeper into the twist. You can also reach your right hand up, and then you can also take the back of your hand behind your back, kind of by your left hip, pushing there, opening both shoulders. So find what works for you this morning, and just breathe into it. Make any adjustments you need so it feels really good for you. It's okay for it to be a little difficult, but we don't want any sharp pain. Deep breaths. If your right hand is behind you, inhale, lift it up, bring it back to the earth. We're going to press the right hand into the floor. Inhale, reach your left hand tall, little twist. And exhale, left hand down, so hands right under your shoulders. Now we're going to sweep the leg the other way. So draw a huge circle with your right foot all the way to the left side, as far as you can get it to the left side behind you. And look over your left shoulder at your right foot. And just like we did before, rock in and out of that foot. Getting a big stretch all on the right side of the body. Move your head a little bit, stretch your neck. And then small change, just lift up your foot and then put it back down on top of the foot. So instead of your toes tucked in, now the top of your foot is pressed against the floor. Just notice how that feels. And then as you're ready, pick up your foot, sweep it all the way out to the side, bend your knee, and take your right foot outside of both of your hands. So we're in like a little lunge, a nice wide lunge. Both your hands inside your right foot. If you want, you can walk your left knee back a little bit if that feels good. Finding a little bit of a lizard stretch. So you can be on your knuckles if that feels better. You can put a block or a book under your hands if you need that. We're going to try to lift the heart. Roll your shoulders away from your chest. Look forward. And find a little bit of movement if that feels good in the hips. Think about pulling your right hip back, left hip forward. So your hips are both pointing forward. You're not opening to the left here. Nice deep breaths. Just giving the hip flexors and the low back and everything just a little time to open up here. One more inhale here. Lift, look forward. Exhale, begin to walk your hands back and extend the front leg. It does not need to be straight. You can keep a nice bend. You want to have your hips above your left knee. Flex your front toes. And then instead of thinking about just snapping your right leg straight, instead think about pulling your left hip back in space, drawing your hip back in line with the other hip. And if your front leg comes straightish, that's great, but it's not the main thing. Experiment with pointing your front toes or flexing. Really deep stretch for the ankle. One more full breath here. Keep reaching your head forward, finding length in the spine. Okay, next inhale, come forward, find your lunge. And then exhale, take a quick half split. We're just going to do a few times in and out of what we were just doing. Inhale forward, exhale back. Doesn't have to be perfect. My hips tend to go further than my knee when I'm being honest with this one. So find what feels good. A few more rounds. Really inviting some heat into that front leg, into both hips. And come back forward. Both hands inside the right foot. One more time with this lizard stretch. Optional to tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. A little more active stretch here. Reach your head forward and your back heel back. Really long stretch. And exhale, release. Tuck your left toes if they weren't already. And we're going to step back to plank. And then down dog. Should feel great. Bend one knee and then the other. We won't be here for long. Notice the difference in the sensations in the two legs. How does your right leg feel after all that? Inhale, float forward to plank. Exhale, come all the way down. You can drop your knees first. Slide your hands forward so your elbows come right underneath your shoulders. Little Sphinx Pose action. So your lower body is relaxed. Legs parallel. And just think about pulling your chest forward and your elbows back. Spread your hands wide. 3 more full deep breaths here. It can feel good to push your pelvis into the floor as you do this. One more inhale, lift a little bit more. Exhale, release. Take your hands right under your shoulders and inhale, press back up to all fours. Take some cat-cow, shake out your wrist, take whatever you need before we do the second side, and then we'll be on our way. All right, hands and knees, tabletop. Make sure your knees are under your hips, hands under your shoulders. Nice neutral spine. Tuck your chin, and we'll slide the left toes back. So your toes are tucked into the mat. Long line from your left heel to the top of your head. Rock forward and back. If it's too much for your wrists, again, you can come up to like fists. You can also use blocks or whatever you need here. All right, we're going to slide the left toes all the way to the left. So your left foot, it's hard to see. Here, I'll do it over here. Your left foot is in line with your right knee. Toes pointing forward if you can. Okay? Get right with that. Find a comfortable space for your hips. And left hand right under your face. Inhale, reach your right hand high for a little twist. This is tricky. Exhale, thread your right arm under the left. So now your right shoulder, your right ear come to the mat. Left hand can be pressing down. Also, you can reach your left hand up to the sky. Maybe tuck the back of your left hand behind your right hip. Whatever feels good. Notice if your left heel is coming up and try to press your whole left foot down if you can, no biggie. My heel is not touching the ground, but I'm still feeling a great stretch. Take a few good breaths here. Make any little adjustments you need so it works for your body. Huge breath, let your body know you're going to move. If your left arm is behind you, reach it up. Take your left hand to the floor, spread your fingers wide. Inhale, reach up, twisting right hand up to the side. And then right hand down, right under your shoulders. Now we're just going to draw a huge swooping circle behind us. So now left toes are over to the right. Tuck your toes into the mat. And you're going to look over your right shoulder at your left foot. Huge stretch for the left side body, left side of your neck, your hip. And rock in and out of that foot. Get the whole stretch. Any little movements that feel good. And now a small change. We're just going to pick up the foot and flip it so the top of the foot presses into the floor instead of the toes. And then again, move in and out of that. All right, here we go. Tuck your toes again. Make sure you have support of your body. And we're going to bend the knee, pick up the left leg, and bring your left foot outside of both hands. Finding like a lizard type of lunge. Right knee can slip back a little bit if that feels good. And you want to think about, imagine there's like a pool of water just ahead of you, and you need to like really reach forward to peer over the edge. Really get a long spine here. Pulling your heart forward, your head forward. You can be up on your knuckles, you can be on blocks. Some people might be down on their elbows. Maybe not this early in the morning. Just take a few breaths here, inviting some opening into the hip. Find some movement if that feels good, or just be really still and notice what you feel. Notice if you're collapsing in your chest and try to lift your heart. I'm really feeling that on the front of my right psoas muscle, which is great because I know that's going to help my low back feel better. It's been a bit sore. Take one more inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, send your hips back, find a half split. So for me, I don't think it's that important to straighten the front leg. It's more important to think about pulling your left hip back in line with the right hip. And if that means that your leg comes more straight, that's great. You can rock in and out a few times if that feels good. Experiment with flexing the left toes or pointing. You can really stretch the ankle out that way. And just like before, think about you're trying to peer into a pool that's a little bit ahead of you, so you really have to reach your spine and your chest long. All right, now we'll flow a little bit with it. So inhale forward to your lunge and exhale back to your half split. Go a few times. Adjust as needed. I always have to slide my front foot either forward or back to get the right spot. Maybe as you go back, your butt comes closer to your right heel this time. That's great. Inhale forward, exhale back. Maybe your movements are going to be a lot smaller and more subtle than what I'm doing. Just find some opening, experiment with your body. Be curious this morning. And when you're satisfied, come forward. Take both hands inside your left foot again. Just one more minute with your lizard stretch. Make sure you're pressing into all parts of your front foot. Maybe lift the back knee. Rocking forward and back if that feels good. Lifting the heart. One more inhale here. Exhale, release. Okay, we're going to step left leg all the way back. So engage your core. Here we go. Step back, left leg. Find a little planky guy. Knees can be up or down. Inhale here. Exhale all the way down. And let's go one more time of Sphinx Pose. So that means slide your hands forward so your elbows are right underneath your shoulders. Your arms are parallel like the number 11. Roll your shoulders away from your chest. Lift your heart. Let your lower body be relaxed, or maybe press your hips, your pelvis into the ground. So you can stay just like this, or if you're feeling really good in your shoulders, spread your fingers wide and lift your elbows. Inhale, press up. And exhale, lower elbows. We'll take two more just like that, or just stay in your Sphinx. A lot of mornings there's no way I could do that, so listen to your body. Be safe here. Inhale, press up. Deepen the back bend a little bit. Exhale, lower. One more time. Maybe a little stretch to the neck wherever you're at. And exhale, release. Take your elbows out to the side, stack your hands, and rest your forehead for just a couple breaths. Or maybe on the floor if you have a nice clean floor. Come back to your breath. Huge belly breaths. Maybe roll your head side to side on your hands or on the floor, massaging your sinuses and your third eye. All right, huge inhale. Slide your hands back under your shoulders, tuck your toes. Your knees can be up or down. Inhale, press up to plank. And then we're sending it to down dog, a quick down dog, just to kind of integrate all that great opening we did. If you're like, no way on down dog, you can be more in cat-cow. Almost there. Bend one knee and then the other. See if your two legs feel evened out now. Move your body, maybe lift one leg up. Put it down, lift the other leg up. I encourage you to like bend your knees while they're up there, really gets in the hips. Let's do one more on each side. Bend your right knee, lift it up. Put it down. Left side. Yes. And now just walk your feet towards your hands, really slow. Come to a soft forward fold. Bend your knees deeply. Let your lower back really relax here. Shake your head loose. Maybe grab opposite elbows if that feels good to you. I like to also interlace my hands behind my head. That's an option. Rock weight into your toes, into your heels, into the outer edges of your feet, into the inner. And release the hands. Bend your knees even more. Weight in the heels. Inhale, roll up one vertebra at a time. Shoulders and head last. Dun, 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 dun. Let's take just one more time. Seal the deal. Inhale, sweep arms up. Maybe a little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Find what feels good for you. Nice deep bend. Shake it out. And again, we'll bend the knees deeply. Weight in the heels. Inhale, roll up. The slowest you've ever done it. Keep your chin tucked till the last second. Really stretch the neck. Shoulders and head last. And shake it out. Do some little movements. And now you're standing up, you're ready for your day. Thank you so much for being here, for joining me, for breathing and moving your body so you can be honestly a better person, be nicer to others, more patient, and take really good care of yourself and everyone in your life. So thanks for being here. This is the last week of 8 a.m. classes every day. Next month I want to do something different. So if you have any ideas of what I could do to serve you, what you need, what kind of schedule would be good, topics, any of that, let me know. And I love you. Please spread the word. Have a great Monday. Namaste.